back to 5 Digitals. In this video, we will speak about social media marketing. We will speak about different social channels and how modern marketing embraces them and embraces digital disruptions. So, first of all, we'll speak about goals and principles of social media marketing. Then we'll discuss various tools and techniques helpful for you at work on a daily basis. Then we will introduce each main social media channel, and we will look into the ways to optimize your social media work through regular reporting and through analysis. Social media definition. The internet has changed forever the way humans interact and communicate. In internet, a new environment, a new ecosystem of communications has been created. And marketers have to follow the change and adapt. Remember, social media is not just about Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. The power of social is distributed across the network. The network is very fragmented. Don't forget that there are various forums. There are social bookmarks. There are video platforms that are not a typical social network by definition. For example, YouTube is in fact the second largest search engine in the world. Reach is the potential audience for a message published on social media in terms of follower count. This matters for LinkedIn, for Twitter, for Pinterest as well. Facebook defines reach in a little bit different way. Reach is the potential audience of your message or your social message or your post was shown in users' newsfeed. For example, how can you define reach? If your LinkedIn platform, your LinkedIn profile has 1,000 followers, then potentially your message can reach 1,000 people. Social media is a great tool to increase your brand awareness. Through social media, you can leverage the network power of all your friends and followers. Of course, as long as your content is engaging and awesome, so that people want to engage with it, comment on it, and ideally share it. It is hard to underestimate the power of social media in terms of consumer influence. Consumers exposed to social media are times more likely to be aware of the brand, to consider a purchase, to do the purchase, to try, and even to recommend to other people. Social media strategy and planning. Strategic vision means that social media marries in one comprehensive, complete product the audience, the story of an organization or a brand, the relevant communication and distribution channels, the organized implementation process, as well as analysis and adjustments of social plan upon insightful and actionable conclusions that you can easily trace from social media reports. Strategic approach to social media, as well as strategic approach to anything else, requires to start with situation analysis. Why? Because we have to define where are we before we define where we want to go or what we want to achieve. The situation analysis for social media is very convenient to be organized like Swot analysis. The analysis of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So, how we do that? Well, first of all, we define the strengths and weaknesses of each social media channels that we have already. At the second step, we define strengths and weaknesses of each social media assets of our main competitors. At the third step, we look at the external environment to see what opportunities and threats it implies to our business. Finally, very important step number 4, we see how our strength can leverage opportunities of external environment and mitigate the existing threats. We also check how our weaknesses can be adjusted with the vision of the opportunities and be protected from threats. Okay, SWOT analysis is done. Social media planning. So, how do you start doing social media? Well, first of all, remember, communities already exist in the internet. So, you have to listen to them. Don't jumpstart your own community or sharing content or trying to create a Facebook group or whatever. Find existing communities, listen to them, try to figure out what drives people in there, what do they find valuable there. Ideally, you should spend a few months on listening to other conversations. After it, you will be ready to design your own content, to establish your own community, and this will be effective. Too oftentimes, people jumpstart into publishing content without knowing what kind of conversations happen around the other communities, and this solution is usually not effective. In order to find existing communities, you can use tools such as BuzzSumo or Topsy, or you can use dedicated search tool like Twitter Advanced Search. Or you can search directly in Facebook and in LinkedIn for groups, for pages, for conversations that are marked with a specific hashtags on Twitter. All this will drive you to people who you are addressing. Social media channels. What channels to choose? Here we start with something that is called channel audit. During channel audit, we figure out what are the best channels for our future channel portfolio. So, here first of all, we find existing communities, as we do in social listening. These are Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, Twitter hashtags that lead conversations on our topics. We figure out who are experts and influencers on our topic. And once we know the experts and influencers, we can see on which platforms they share their own blog posts, for example. How do they promote themselves to the same people that we are talking to? When we understand all this, when we know the communities and preferred platforms of experts and influencers, we are ready to make educated conclusions on which channels to use for our own brand. As we defined earlier, social media is not limited by social networks only. Social media is not only about Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or Instagram. Mind that social media includes all the internet ecosystem, all the parts of it. It's very fragmented. It's extremely multifaceted. Mind the forums, mind the social bookmarking sites, mind the blogs and comments to blogs. It means that your plan, your social media marketing plan, has to be organized accordingly, as per results of your social media audit. Facebook. Facebook is an advanced and fast-evolving platform. However, it is so popular that it has already limited the opportunities for businesses to reach the fans of your own page. Let's say you have 10,000 fans on your page, but perhaps you're able to reach only 100 of them. A bit less, a bit more. So what to do? The good news is that Facebook's interest is to keep the users on the platform as much as possible, to keep them entertained, engaged with high quality content. So, better your content is, higher engagement of your audience is, more and more people will be seeing your posts. So, better you know your audience and better you are able to engage with them, better for you and your business. Remember, people go to Facebook to catch up with the news of their friends and families, to relax a bit, maybe find some inspiration for the next difficult task. So don't distract them from this and help them to do this. Twitter. Twitter is a platform where user experience is not amazing yet, frankly speaking. So the users, they are divided into two major groups. Those who are very loyal to Twitter and those who almost know nothing about the platform at all. So mind that when you target certain audiences. Twitter is the platform that is real-time oriented, which means it's a perfect place to newsjack and to stay updated with what's happening in your field, in the world, at the moment. Twitter is still quite a new platform and it gives users a lot of opportunities for viral growth, which is very, very useful for marketers. For example, you will receive information what topics are discussed about among your community. By topics, we mean hashtags. Or you will receive information which accounts are mostly read by your community, your peers. By accounts, we mean Twitter handles. Therefore, as long as your content is relevant to your audience, you will have a chance to grow free of charge with the use of viral mechanisms. And of course, with all these opportunities, Twitter is a great place to organize events, to promote events, and to leverage any events that you're producing. LinkedIn is a platform that is inhabited by corporate professionals and business people. They form professional passion communities here in LinkedIn. In these communities, they're looking for the ways to become better at their jobs. They're looking for advice on how to perform better in their businesses. And they often look for things to talk about with their colleagues or partners. Which means, as long as our audience is on LinkedIn, we have to give them what they want to do there. Let them find new interesting things, let them do their jobs better, and so on. Remember that. YouTube. This platform shows us the power of video connections. Yes, it's the second largest search engine in the world, and it keeps on growing. More than 60 hours of videos are uploaded on YouTube per minute. Just think of that. Every minute there is 60 hours of videos more. Isn't it amazing? The YouTube is interested to keep the users on the platform engaged and interested as long as possible. This is very much like the Facebook approach, what they do. So YouTube offers a mechanism of references to users. Similarly, as Twitter, you receive as a user recommendations that this or this or these videos might be useful and interesting for you. Google+. At the moment, Google+ is still at the stage of attracting early adopters. However, the platform gains weight at a fast speed. Don't listen to those who say that Google+ will never get alive. It is growing. The privilege of Google+ is that it's integrated with Google Search, of course. So you have a fantastic, unique opportunity to optimize your Google+ posts the way they will be in the top 10 of relevant Google searches. Key performance indicators, analytics, and reporting. When it comes to any kind of online data reporting, Google Analytics is unlikely to be anything but crucial. However, as far as it concerns social media, there are certain limits. Partially because Google is interested to push its own social media platform Google+, which is very well integrated with Google Analytics, of course. Partially because other social media networks, such as Facebook, for example, they limit severely the access of outsiders to their data. There is very little data that Google Analytics could glean from Facebook insights, for example. Never mind, there is still a lot of important and valuable data that you can extract from Google Analytics in terms of the traffic on your website from social media. When you log in Google Analytics, you go to Acquisitions in the left-hand menu and you choose Channels. And then in the graph you are presented, you will choose Social. There you will be able to see data on sessions, or Google used to call these visits. So you will see easily how many sessions each social media platform provided on your site, or how many users the social media platforms direct to your website. What is the quality of these visits? For example, how long people stay, how many pages on average do they check, and do they convert in terms of your goals or don't? So, when you compare the quality of different traffic sources from social media to your website, what should you be looking into? First of all, you can check the sessions or the visits. How many are they? You can make comparison between different platforms. You can compare one platform across the time periods. How many users came to your website from Facebook this month, past month, and the month before, for example. You can look into percentage or share of new sessions, which will show you, is it the old visitors coming back to your website, or you have attracted some new audiences. Besides that, you can look into bounce rate. Bounce rate shows you what is the share of visitors of your website that watched only one page on your website. In other terms, they were on social media, they came to your website from social media, and immediately after looking at one page, they left. Another metric that are useful to be checked on social media is pages per session. How many pages your visitors have looked on your website. And another very useful metric is average session duration. How long time do they stay on your website? Is it just half a minute? So probably they don't find it very useful. Or is it 5 to 10 minutes? And they're obviously finding the information you provide interesting. Finally, the very important business metric is conversions. So, today we spoke about social media marketing. We described the goals and principles of social media marketing and management. We spoke about techniques and tools that are useful for you at your work every day. We introduced each main social media channels, as well as its advantages and some restrictions that exist. And we looked into the way to optimize social media work by means of analytics and reporting. Thank you for watching this episode. We appreciate your feedback and your comments on social media. See you there!